Hi, I'm Birdie. Thank you for joining me for my newest astro forecast on the full moon in Virgo happening on March 7th. Where you will feel the effects of this full moon depends on which houses Virgo and Pisces fall in for you, and that is determined by your rising sign. So if you're watching this for your sun sign and it doesn't really resonate with you, then I highly encourage you to watch your rising sign. All right, join me as we get into the effects of the full moon in Virgo. This full moon in Virgo is happening in your first house and your seventh house. When a full moon happens, the sun and the moon are in opposite signs or opposite houses. The moon is represented by the High Priestess in the tarot deck. Okay, so the moon is in your first house, or the house of self, identity, appearance, and perspective. This is the first house. This is the house we come into the world in, and it is where we see the rest of the world from. So this is our perspective. It's also how we show up in the world, how people see us. It is across from Pisces, which is where the sun is at right now. And so, and it will be during this full moon. So this is an opposition. Full moons are oppositions of the sun and moon. And in astrology, an opposition brings the energy of tension, like pulling a rubber band. So you have the feelings of self and who you are as an individual and who you show up in the world as and how you see the world is in this tense rubber band type of pull with yourself in a partnership, a relationship, a union, a marriage, a business partnership, some kind of one-on-one close relationship. So there's some tension between those two parts of you. Now the sun is represented by the sun card, and it is vitality and creativity and joy. You see this little person here is just adoring life and the life force that the sun is shining down upon them. Now, in addition to the sun being in this house of relationships, excuse me, we also have Mercury. Mercury is represented by the magician. The magician has everything. The magician is manifestation. It is action and communication. The magician is also the messenger. So when you have Mercury or the messenger or the magician also in your house of relationships, unions, partnerships, there's a lot of communication, a lot of messaging, a lot of discussion going on about your relationship and who you are as part of that relationship. Now, we also have in this house, your seventh house, in Pisces, oops, it's getting crowded over here, we have Neptune. Neptune is the hanged man. Neptune is a watery sign, and Neptune is surrender and letting go and spiritual growth. Neptune is seeing the world from a different perspective. It's upside down, or it's head underwater. It's seeing things differently, and it's letting go of things that are no longer serving you. So we also have Neptune over here in the house of relationships. Now lastly, in the house of your relationships, we have Saturn. Saturn is represented by the world, and Saturn is completion, fulfillment, and harmony. What this really means is you've got this tension between who you are as an individual, your struggling to balance your need for independence versus your desire to be in a relationship and to have this union or this partnership. Now again, this could be a business partnership, this could be a very strong friendship, this could be a marriage or a love partnership of that sort. This Saturn opposing Virgo is tending to really shed a light on your need for perfectionism and your attention to detail and your striving for excellence within both yourself and your union. So you might need to just be a little more grounded and a little more realistic Saturn is all about reality. It's the world. It's a reality check here. You need to be more realistic in your ideals and your goals, and reaching the goals in your relationships. Now, along with these planets here, we have the Sun making a 60-degree angle to Uranus. Uranus is the Fool. Uranus is the Fool, and it is new beginnings. It's innocence and it is spontaneity. So when you have Uranus over here in your 9th house, or the house of education, of higher education, of wisdom, and of travel, this is where the knowledge that you have learned and obtained is now spread to others and given to others, or you are having intellectual stimulation from people other than yourself, or through the exchange of ideas. So the 60-degree angle between Uranus, or the Fool, and the Sun is bringing unexpected changes to your relationships and to your spiritual beliefs, or to your ability to learn on a higher education level. You are having to adapt to new situations and find innovative solutions to these relationship challenges. Uranus is progress and technology. It brings in innovation and really sort of sparks that spontaneity and unexpected situations. So it's saying, don't be such a stickler to the way you have been doing things. Be open to trying new things and changing your ways, to adapting. Now the Moon is also making an aspect to Uranus. This is a lucky aspect. It is really focusing your the light on your desire for intellectual stimulation. Again, this 9th house is education and wisdom and philosophy and higher education. It's like universities and lectures and traveling abroad. So this is bringing a deep desire for intellectual stimulation, and it's bringing an unconventional approach to life, to the way maybe you're completely changing the way you see things and go about things. You are seeking out new ways, innovative ways to expand your knowledge. Perhaps you are going to a non-traditional educational situation, and you are needing to break free from traditions and old habit patterns that are not serving you in any way. Old thought patterns, old philosophies, old ideals. You're shedding those and you're making way for new ones. Now we also have Venus. Venus is represented by the Empress, and she brings abundance and nurturing and creativity. She is over here in your 8th house in Aries. The 8th house is transformation. It is shared resources. It's sex and passion. And it's also your ability to die and be reborn, to let go of an old way of thinking, an old way of doing things, an old habit pattern, to essentially kill off an old way and rebirth yourself into a new way. It's also really deep, passionate soul connection to another individual. It's emergence of two individuals. So when it is making a sextile or an opportunity to Mars over here in Gemini, in your house of recognition. Now Mars is a card that scares a lot of people. Mars is the Tower. The Tower represents crisis and upheaval and revelation. So Mars is this raw energy that comes in and just really, like, it's like a bowling ball that comes in and knocks stuff down. It's like a bull in a china shop, okay? So Mars is in Gemini, which is your house of, it's your 10th house, which is your house of recognition, career, public status, achievement, and mastery of a skill or philosophy or something, whatever it is that you've worked hard to achieve. Venus is making a 60-degree angle to Mars. It's bringing an opportunity. This is opening up opportunities for financial gain and for advancement in your career. This is an amazing opportunity, an open door for you. You're going to feel, because of this Mars raw energy, you'll feel this surge of energy and motivation that is going to help fuel your pursuits for success, for achievement and mastery of whatever it is that you are good at or desiring to achieve. Now we also have with this Venus in your 8th house, your house of transformation, we have Jupiter, or the Wheel of Fortune. This card represents, and this planet represents cycles and changes and your destiny. It is a wonderful card to have anywhere it goes. It brings abundance and good fortune, and next to Venus is money. This is bringing abundance and good fortune to your financial pursuits. Now we have this situation going on here with a relationship. We have the 8th house is your shared resources. This is money that doesn't just belong to you, but it's either somebody is sharing with you or you are sharing with somebody else, but it is a combined resource. Money, homes, land, businesses, whatever it is that is providing for you. With Jupiter and Venus conjunct in this house of shared resources, it is expanding your financial opportunities, and it is bringing this optimism and positive feelings about your financial future. We have Mars making a square aspect, a 90-degree angle to this Neptune here in your 7th house. Squares can be challenges. They are obstacles. They create conflicts and challenges and more tension. So you already got a tense situation going on here, and this Neptune in this tense angle to Mars is creating some confusion and some uncertainty in your thought processes and decision making when it comes to your career and your relationships. So you might feel some you're not quite clear on what's going on. You're struggling to find direction, and you need to be extra cautious when you are interacting with your colleagues and with loved ones to avoid any kind of misunderstandings at this time. Mars is destructive, as we can see from the Tower card. So think before you speak, be calm and grounded. Overall, this is a wonderful moon. This is so many financial opportunities for you, Virgo, and it's a time for you to really balance who you are as an individual, as a unique self, and who you are in a relationship. And it looks like this combined resource of your relationship situation is going to bring a lot of good fortune and abundance to you, particularly when it comes to your career or your public status or your achievements in the public eye. That's all I have for you today, Virgo. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Leave me a comment down below if anything resonated with you or if you'd like to ask me any questions. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next video.